The what? The mad elephant offense.
Mad elephant offense?
Yeah, so there's certain things that you do, like if you make a a little offense to the Lord, it won't be such a big deal. But if you make the mad elephant offense, the mad elephant ruins everything. It's more well known in India that a mad elephant will ruin everything. But if you can imagine here, a mad elephant,
But what constitutes a mad elephant?
So we'll learn today. But the mad elephant offense is Vaishnava aparad. So any type of slight against Krishna's devotee creates havoc in our life, and it'll be the mad elephant offense. Even if you have to watch if your father is a devotee or your son's a devotee, or even your friends are devotees, you have to be very careful, because if we do any of this, even though the devotee by nature is kind and is forgiving and won't take offense, Krishna will not be happy and he'll take offense, and the mad elephant wreak havoc in your mind and consciousness until you rectify the situation. So we're going to see that is going to happen to Parikshit, if I remember correctly, where we are in the Bhagavatam. So he got angry at the sage because he didn't take care of his material needs, hunger and thirst, and he lost his good sense. Now, it was explained previously, this was something atypical of both personalities. Both personalities were great devotees. And the one personality meditating, it's atypical that a guest will even come to his ashram, and what's to speak that he'll be so absorbed in samadhi that he won't even recognize that a guest has come, especially a great devotee guest. And then the other one, Maharaj Parikshit, it's very rare that he will be in such a state of hunger and thirst that his tolerance levels are at all times low, and it was clearly arranged by the Lord. But it's meant, these stories of Bhagavatam and these pastimes are didactic, meaning that they're meant to teach us. Everything happens in Leela, that it's meant to teach us and instruct us further. Okay, how do I navigate my life? So you could say allegorical meaning in that way. But it's not purely allegorical, at least that's what our acharyas say. I have no realization of these things. But to try to be an instrument of my Guru and the Gurus in my life, we'll chant these mantras, and hopefully I'll be blessed to say something that's in alignment with their direct connection to Krishna, and then I can help at least myself directly connect to Krishna. Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Militayana Tasma Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam in Buddhale Bhakadamayam Kadati Svapadam Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayane Nivishesha Shrinivari Chitya. All of these Guru Guru Varga, who is giving these teachings, from our obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas, past, present, and future, and you guys here, and anyone online who might be listening, trying to gather something in the Srimad Bhagavatam study.
I'm not sure if the YouTube live stream is still up because it was trying to connect when I was scrolling.
So, let's see. No, it looks like Zoom is.
It's in a Zoom meeting.
No, it's going, but it's probably just a very low connection.
Yeah.
So anyhow, sorry about that if it bothers you. So, O Brahmins, the king's anger and envy directed toward the Brahmin sage were unprecedented, being that circumstances had made him hungry and thirsty. It's saying the Lord's devotees, as the Lord is never envious of anyone, so also the Lord's devotees never envious of anyone. The only justification for Maharaj Parikshit's behavior is that it was ordained by the Lord. So again, the Lord had something he wanted to, some objective, so he's going to make atypical things happen that through his devotees, and it'll teach everybody. But at the same time, we're not on the same platform of Maharaj Parikshit, who had personal association with Krishna in the womb, was the grandson of all kinds of great devotees. We're not even on the same level, and we can't be, this foolish king. We're not even close to as pure as he is. But we can learn from this. And Maharaj Parikshit, because he's so pure, you're going to see how he rectifies an offense. And this is what we also need to do. Satu Brahma Risher Angshe Gatasum Ada Uragang Rusha Vinir Gachandanush Kotya Nidaya Puramagataha Saha, the king, too, however, Brahma Rishe, of the Brahmin sage, Angshe, on the shoulder, Gata Asum, lifeless, Uragam, snake, Rusha, in anger, Vinir Gachan, while leaving, Danu Kotya, with the front of the bow, Nidaya, by placing it, Puram, palace, Agata, return. While leaving, the king, being so insulted, picked up a lifeless snake with his bow and angrily placed it on the shoulder of the sage. Then he returned to his palace. Purport. The king thus treated the sage tit for tat. Although he was never accustomed to such silly actions, by the will of the Lord, the king, while going away, found a dead snake in front of him, and he thought that the sage who had coldly received him thus might be coldly rewarded by being offered a garland of a dead snake. In the ordinary course of dealing, this was not very unnatural, but in the case of Maharaj Parikshit's dealing with a Brahmin sage, this was certainly unprecedented. It so happened by the will of the Lord.
Is that what this picture is?
No. This is the result of that. This is the curse placed upon him for such a activity. Now he has to have the leader of the snakes, who will.
This was placed against Crooked.
What?
This is a curse placed against.
Yes, this is going to be a curse placed against Parikshit, and you'll see how it comes about very soon. But we should know this is the mad elephant offense. If we turn towards a Vaishnava and then temporarily or even exhibit envy towards them and animosity towards them, then it'll be a big mistake. And so we'll see what happens. Esha King Nibrita Shesha Karano Mili Tekshanaha Mrisha Samadir Ahosvi King Nusyat Kshatra Bandhubi. Yes. Also, Prabhupada said he treated the sage tit for tat, and he also said this is he's normally never accustomed to such silly actions. And like an eye for an eye, makes the whole world blind type of idea. If we respond to slighting of others with similar aggression, then you're just going to make a very big mistake. So, but Maharaj Parikshit, for the sake of the pastime, he did do this, and he's going to find himself in a predicament now because of this. But we shouldn't, like the other day when our neighbor came and started screaming at Madhav. If Madhav would have returned with the same anger that he had, it probably would have been led to all kinds of problems. But because Madhav very humbly just accepted this old man yelling at him, and we all went and cleaned up the ice, I'm sure actually the neighbor probably felt bad about just screaming at a young man.
Maybe.
Hopefully, we'll see. I haven't talked to him since, but.
I was going to say invite him in and give him some prasad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's interested, but we can try to give him some prasad. Maybe we can give him like a bag of chocolates or something. But, anyhow,